My name is Kristoff Finley, and I'm partnering with Riley Williams to submit the first rock, paper, scissors networking assignment where we program this in Python. Just a quick overview of the code to show you what it does. We have two different files. We have the server.py and we also have the client.py. If I look at the server, we do all the things such as set up the server, set up the correct port and host, which will give us the server socket here. And then moving on, what we do is we connect. We're allowed for the server to have two different connections, which will be player 1 and player 2, of course. We have different functions to handle the connections, and here's actually where we start connecting players. As you can tell, we keep track of which player is which with this P1 and P2. That way we know what P1 picked versus what P2 picked. After both players are connected, we then handle their choices, and this if and the following scope is the evaluation of who wins. Looking at the client.py now, we have the client connecting to the server here. Basically, it's very similar information to over here. The client can specify 0 or 1 for the CPU to determine if a player is playing or if a computer is playing. We connect to players. You can either connect to human or connect to computer. And basically, the only difference is that the computer will pick a choice from rock, paper, or scissors, whereas the human can type their response and they can type the incorrect response as well. So we have to handle that in the code. All right, now that you've seen an overview of our code, I'm just going to show you what that looks like while it's running. So the first thing I'm going to do is start the server. So I will do this. I believe that should work. Awesome. So I started the server on 8080, and then I'm also going to join the clients on 8080. I'm going to do two different players here. So we'll have player 1 and player 2. Each will have their own input, and then it will evaluate. So I'll show you that now. Awesome, we see new connection created, rock, paper, or scissors, and then I'll just connect the second one as well. So now that we have two different players connected, what I can do is I can try typing something in. As Reese showed in the kind of the examples in the assignment, if I type knife, it won't work. If I type garbage, it won't work either. But if I type something like, I don't know, scissors, and with mixed case, it'll work. Awesome, 200 okay. I can show you where awesome. So the server handles the choice and it sends this 200 OK back to the client, and that does it here. So I say player 1 choice is equal to handle choice. If I look at handle choice, I say while true, so I'm going to loop this. I'm going to receive what the player has sent me, and if that choice is in RPS, I'm going to send OK.encode. And OK is just this 200 message waiting for result, and we can see that down here. So we have the client talking to the server, and then the server talking to the client. Same thing is with that error message I showed earlier, the 404 error, please try again. That's right here in this error message. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is first one was scissors, so this next one I'll just do all lowercase, we'll do rock. In this case, player 1 should lose or player 2 should win. Player 1 should lose and player 2 should win, sorry. So I'll do that, bam. So player 1 picked scissors, you can see that here, and then player 2 picked rock, you can see that here. Case didn't matter, and as you can see, the winner is player 2. Awesome. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to connect, let's just say, let's do a CPU here. So I'll do 1. CPU picked rock, and then I'll also do a player here. So if I want to show an example of the player 1 winning, I will then do paper for the second player. Bam. So player 1 selected rock, player 2 selected paper. Oh, I actually messed that example up, and player 2 won. We'll just run it with 2 CPUs until player 1 wins. Maybe we'll get lucky here. It's a draw. That's another case that can happen. Player 2 is the winner. It's embarrassing. Another draw. As you can see, this is just random. So in this case, paper was the player 1, scissors was the second one. I'm just not getting lucky here, but that's kind of the nature of the game. Rock and then paper. I guess player 1's just really unlucky. Paper, then scissors. Player 1. There we go, finally. So player 1 has scissors and player 2 has paper, and then player 1 wins. So thank you for watching the video demo, and that's our project.